Hey, this is Donnie Smith and welcome back to our Mustang project. We took a little break on it, kind of held up a little bit, with the costs that's involved with it, but we're going to start back on it. And what we've done so far, in the last video we removed the seats and interior look at the floorboard. So then we went ahead and inspected the floorboard. There was some rust in there that we had to remove.
Finally got the car in the garage so we can start working on it again. Now to get down here we had to put the seat in. We're going to take that out and we're going to start wire brushing. Alright, now we're going to need a wire wheel, a dust mask, some gloves, and safety glasses. Now I'm going to take the seat out.
Still haven't finished that completely. So we've got the rust removed, took the seat belts out, and we went ahead and removed the fenders and doors again. The doors are pretty simple to take off, especially with the fender removed. We're going to remove them at the pillar side. You can remove them at the pillar or at the door. But we're going to remove them from the pillar. And you can mark where these are located, and I know some people even drill holes so that you can put them right back where they should go. We're not going to do that. We're just going to realign it whenever we put the door back on. But they're 1/2-inch bolts. You take those 4 1/2-inch bolts off, and then you can remove the door. Now this is a two-man job because you don't want to drop your door. And there is a trick. There's door stands that they make that work really good that you can use your door on. And if you got one of those door stands, you could do it by yourself. But the way we did it here is we used just a floor jack and we put a blanket, in between the floor jack and door so that we don't damage the door, and we jack the door up. And that way one person can kind of balance the door as he takes that last bolt out so the door doesn't fall. Because if the door falls, that's going to cause a lot of extra damage that you're going to have to repair, and that's something you don't want. Okay, now back to the update. Now we put the fenders back on. We had them off. We put them on just to move the car here in the garage. Now that it's in the garage, we're not so worried about rust. I mean, you don't want to leave metal just exposed for a long period of time, but it's a lot less likely it's going to get rust in here. So I'm not so worried about, getting the floorboard or some of these areas to metal. And what we eventually are going to do when we get the floorboard and everything ready is we're going to put some of that POR 15 down in there, and that's good for rust. Floorboard wasn't in too bad a shape once we got it all ground down, or we used a wire brush to see what all was wrong with it. There's a few rust holes that we're going to have to repair. Nothing major. We'll probably just cut some patches for them and weld some new ones in there. We took the doors off so that we can clean that real good. A lot easier to get to that pillar, with the door off, and the seam sealer on the cowl area. We're going to remove all that, as much as possible, because that old seam sealer is old and cracked. I just like to get rid of that and put some new seam sealer down. We've also started to take the back glass molding off, and we're going to do the windshield, and that's just the reveal molding that goes around the windshield area. And there's a special tool that you use for that, and I'll show you that in another video. But it actually reaches back, pulls that clip out, and then that way you can get the molding off without damaging that. And I'll have a separate video to show you how to do that. We've still got a little bit of welding and grinding doing that left quarter panel, and I'm not videoing that because we did all the steps on this right one, for you, and I just don't want to duplicate the videos. So we're still getting some of that done over there. About got it done. So once we have that finished, we're going to check the quarter panels, see if there's any lows. I think we may go ahead and strip them down, skim them with a coat of body filler. You don't have to do this, it's just an extra step. But we're going to skim them with body filler just to block them out to make sure they're level, that there's no lows or imperfections. I mean, they're aftermarket parts, so it's a possibility that there could be some lows. I filled up and they're not too bad, and you could just block sand that, and if there's a low, fill just that area. But I think we're going to go ahead, and especially the upper areas, the part that's real noticeable, we're going to go ahead and apply a thin skim coat of body filler over the entire area and block it out. Now around the door jambs where the quarter panel laps around on that jamb, we're going to go ahead and finish that out. We're going to get some more 8115 and we're going to put around there and just sand that out where you don't really see that edge at all. We could use some seam sealer, or something to put on that edge, but we just want to make that completely smooth where you can't even see, you know, the edge there. And we'll probably do the same thing where the rocker and the quarter panel meet. Now, if you're going for the factory look, the stock look, you know, I wouldn't recommend doing these things, because from the factory you could see these seam lines. We had a lot more planned, but we kind of ran out of money and time, so we're kind of, you know, we're not going to do some of the things we was going to do. We're not going to get quite as wild. Eventually, I'd like to put disc brake system on it, a V8 engine, but you know, we're just going to get it ready first and then do that later when we have the time and money. But anyway, just wanted to let those of you out there who are following this Mustang project know that, you know, we didn't quit on it. It's still here and we're going to be working on it. So as we continue working on it, we'll be shooting videos and letting you know about it. But this is just a quick update, and we'll have another video on the Mustang project soon. Thanks for watching, and remember, if something's worth doing, do your best and have a blast doing it. Hey, before you go anywhere, be sure and check out some of my other videos and playlists.